I'm Derek Rose, and I'm powered by science. I'm Derek Rose. We are at South Georgia Motorsport Park in Adel, Georgia, and we are racing the no time truck class, and we got a tech card for Radial versus the World.
So have you ever raced at No Mercy before?
We have not. This is our first time attending. My buddy Ryan Milliken's been trying to get me to come to one of these events for a long time, and I just didn't feel like we belonged, and now with the progression of the truck the past couple years, I feel like we can come down here and hold our own against some of the best in the country. I drove down solo Monday night, got here Tuesday night, preps to do some stuff on Wednesday. Got up to the line, did the burnout, pulling me into the beams. Officials waved it off, we got rain. So that was a bummer. We sat in staging lanes for a while and just got misting. Game over. Come to yesterday. They worked on the track all day, call us up the staging lanes. The weather was been kind of iffy, but it was being steady. We get the staging lanes. They're ready doing the final glue down, and lo and behold, it starts misting. And then that mist, it turned into like a pretty heavy mist into a rain, and we were done again. So my anxiety is high. Like, I want to go make a pass. The tune-up, everything I have from what worked 2 weeks ago, like that is our baseline to go out here, and the track's gonna be a little bit better here than it was at home. Very picky on how they're prepped. So we've been struggling with how the truck, again on the chassis side, and we had the shocks pretty much all the way. The rebound was just, they were all the way tight. So on extension, we only had less than a 1/4 inch before it was gonna hit the limit straps. And we've been noticing once it hits the limit straps, kind of upsets the chassis, we start to lose the back tires. So pulled the shocks off, talked with Menser Motorsports that are here at the trackside. He was able to dyno test our shock. I said, listen, it needs to go back on the truck exactly how I'm giving it to you, but I'd like some additional adjustment so that way when the track gets a bit tighter, we can crank them down to, so we don't hit the straps. And same thing when the track gets looser, we can loosen it up a little bit to free it up. So that's all about the data that I'm trying to gather every pass and log it to know that way when we get to this track with this given condition, I pretty much have a really good baseline on what to do.
In about a week. You won't want no part of it. We'll put the cars out there in New York. See lights out. We're having the dementia up here.
So with this truck, do you have any like end goals? Do you have like a specific ET in mind or a class that you're trying to run with and compete?
At this point, no. I mean, we just been chasing, I've been kind of chasing a number, and we don't really fit a class per se, especially in the diesel world anymore. We're kind of like, we're too fast for Pro Street. We're a little on the slow side for Pro Mod for some of the diesel racing we do. So there's a local association really close to our to the shop and where I live, and we're going to probably run LDR class. We're a little slow for it, but it's something we can go, show up, maybe make a round or two, and progress with the truck, based on how the track is. And it's a radial racing, but it's something close that we can do and have a lot of fun with it. But end goal at this point is just making it work and keeping it happy, keeping it alive, just understanding what it wants at that given day. Out. All right, go get one of your fans, Rob.
Now you've got the quickest and fastest four-wheel drive truck record, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and what's that record at right now?
Currently it's at 441 at 173 mile an hour. Took us a year to get back there. Made a ton of changes to the truck in the off season that thought I would make it all better, and it just took a lot of learning, a lot of collaborating with different people in the industry. Logan Yelton being one of them, come up to the shop, and we spent a ton of time, and just a lot of people in general, like too many people to even thank, just talking, you know, like working through the issues. And finally, with the chassis being one of the major issues, I just kind of didn't know where to go with the direction of it, and power management. I ended up just really pulling a lot of power out of it. It worked.
You said what the record was, but you had the record before that, so how does it feel to break your own record?
It was good. I mean, you know, we did 444 at 171 a year ago, like May, and backed it up with a 448, you know, last December, and then just, it's been a tough year. I made so many passes, so many failed attempts all year. Like, I didn't even tell anyone when I was going testing anymore because it was just getting so bad. But yeah, there's definitely some there's some happy tears there, because, you know, a lot of people don't really understand what it takes to do this week in and week out. It's just, and then run a shop on top of it. It's painful. It's almost borderline, like, why? You know, doing that, seeing the slip, and then backing it up, because we did 2 back-to-back 441s 2 weeks ago, and that was sweet. Like, that note, like, you know, it wasn't a fluke. So now coming down here, I'd like to dip down into the 30s. You know, we made a couple small tweaks. Right now, it's nothing more than just small, minute changes, studying data really well, and just making one little change at a time. And I'll be honest, I'm not really chasing anything other than maybe a number, just, you know, trying to get a little bit better. But my main focus is learning the track, studying the track, and making the truck to go down the track wherever we're at. That's my focus moving forward. Like, we make a ton of power, everything works well on the truck. It's just understanding how the truck's going to react versus, you know, how the track conditions are. There's a lot of people in our corner that help us out. Fleece Performance, Freedom Racing Engines, they stepped up big time the past couple years. We got Hardway. Ryan's been doing a lot of the tuning on the truck. He's kind of handed the keyboard over in my area. Like, I do pretty much all my own stuff now. S&S with the Motec support, and just the support of them on, you know, throughout, like, fuel system questions. Dynamite Diesel, we run their injector, their pumps, and we've been running that combo for 2-3 years. We really haven't deviated away. We've done a ton of engine dyno testing, and they've just been great to me. Hot Shot Secrets, obviously, is helping out with a lot of the lubricants on the truck. Dunray Diesel Parts, Ben's been helping a lot on the transmission support side, just helping me understand how the transmission works. Logan with Logan Built Transmission and Race Fab, coming on board, helping me with the chassis stuff, and just broadening, you know, bringing some of his knowledge and you know, putting it in my head so I can better understand, be a better driver. My shop, DNR Customs, obviously is full support on this bad lad. Like, you know, BD Diesel, they aren't so much on the limelight anymore, but they got me and the truck to where it is. You know, over the years, they've been the longest sponsor on the truck. They're still there helping where they can. Diamond Pistons, we've been running their slugs since inception and trend. And CCI Driveline helping out with the drive shafts.
Do you have any social media that people can find you at?
Yeah, you can, so dnrcustoms.com. I got Instagram, DNR Customs. A lot of my personal stuff, Derek Rose Facebook, I kind of pretty much do all the racing stuff on there. We're working on a brand new website, so we're gonna have an actual racing blog page on there as well with a whole bunch of e-commerce stuff now. So we're trying. We're you know, investing heavily in the shop and in what we do, and so far it's going well.